Welcome, everyone. I do want to go ahead and get us started and flowing. For those of you that have been joining us for earlier sessions, you probably know the routine at this point, that there is a program guide in the chat box that has the information for all of our amazing ceremony keepers, as well as speakers and artists that are here with us today. My name is Cortina. I'm a member of the organizing team for those of you that are joining for the first time. And we are really happy to welcome you to Just Us, which is an online gathering where Earth and racial justice meet. As we acknowledge the four elements throughout our time, we're in the second half of our intentions and collective prayers for just reconciliation and collective consciousness around what's needed in this moment, in this time. And so we are honored and excited to welcome to be with us and to hold space for the element of air as we hold ceremony for that and really be with that, Juan Sanchez-Martinez. And this is our first time getting to visibly see each other's face. And I know Juan has done amazing work in our community around Indigenous language and literature, and specifically has coordinated the Indigenous Hip Hop Festival, as well as done a lot of work to support other Indigenous groups coming to Asheville and having connections in Cherokee and beyond. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Juan, and let's wave Juan our welcome on.
Thank you.
And we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Cortina. Thank you, everybody, for opening this space, and thank you for the organizers. And it is important to have this time to just be grateful, and also to bridge different communities and just work through intention. And I know that most of us is already doing action, is already working in communities, but it's also important to have this space to just say thank you to the web that we are part of. And I am not originally from here, I wanted to say, and I wanted to start like that. I am originally from the Andes, from the Páramo. It's a special ecosystem in the tropics. It's a cloudy area in the mountains where the water is born. And the wind is changing all the time, the weather, because the clouds are moving fast. And so you see sun and then it's raining. And there are circular lagoons. And all that is happening beside the city of 10 million people. And sometimes the people in the city where I am from don't remember what is happening up there in the mountains, in the Páramo. And we wouldn't exist without the wind, the clouds, the rain, and the water and the earth. And so everything is connected. It's hard for me to just focusing one thing, but I'm gonna share just 4 things with you that I thought this morning it was right to do, and they are all connected. And in the last part, I'm gonna ask you to do something. And so I am a visitor here in this land, and I'm honored to be in this land in Antokiesh in the Cherokee territory, Muskogee, Catawba, and the people who have been doing amazing work here. I'm just visiting. So I think about it every day, and and also every day I think about these things, is that the air is at the beginning. That's one thing. The air is at the beginning. And the air is at the beginning in form of a breath. And so when we think about in different creation stories and cosmologies, if you want, you always will find the first breath. And it's actually in our own life. And after, immediately when you think about creation, beginning, and breath, just there, you think about words and voice and the ability that we have to do what we're doing right now is to create words, because that's what is happening there. It's my heart, the heat of my body, my saliva, and the breath, and standing here in Antioquia. So creation, breath, and words. And so those words are responsibility, air, and they have power, if you want. Everything what we say, and in the way how we say it. And so traditionally, there are specific words, and indigenous languages, for example, they have, they are connected with the territory in a unique way. And there are different types of languages in different communities, and there are specific languages that are only used in certain moments, for example. And so the same air, the same breath that I'm thinking about, that I'm seeing right now in the beginning, is right now with me and with all of you and with everybody. So that's when ceremony becomes present. It's not mysticism, it's action and coherence in our everyday. So the words that I say every day, at every moment, they have that first breath. And if we move around with that consciousness, things move differently. And so the air from the beginning today with us, and is bringing changes constantly. I think about in the north, in this part of Abya Yala, the Americas, there are seasons. And I always think about the seasons when I think about the air, because I can see now, after 4 years living here, that is the wind who brings the cold, who brings the warm, and who brings the thunder. And maybe you have noticed the directions that is coming from, depending where you are. And all those things are important when you want to align. That's the word that you were using, Cortina. When you want to align with the land where you are, it's like trying to observe and understand how all the elements and the nature is speaking to you, not forcing anything, but learning from the place. And it requires a lot of, I guess, being outside and when you can, but that's part of the way how I understand air. And last thing is that because the air of the beginning is right now with us, there is a lot of that we can learn from the air. And because it's invisible, sometimes we forget it. And so we talk about the other elements, but the air is everywhere all the time. And that was exactly what an elder told me once in Ishimche, in Guatemala. And I always remember that because it sounds, like can be a commonplace, but the way how it was said and it can be profound depending how you want to listen or connect with those words. But uh, everything that we want to learn, we can learn it from the air, and then just right now action. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and I wanted to ask you if you want to, if you feel like that, thinking about those words that I just shared with you, if you would like to share one word, with that breath, with that palabra fuerte, strong word that you all have, you want to share one of those words with the air right now. So that's what you want to think about it for a second, and just we can pass the word, and everybody can share that word to the air, and that's it. That's if you want to share. Mm-hmm.
Community.
Thank you, Jackie. Mm-hmm.
Renewal.
Echoes.
Inspire.
Life. Gratitude.
Sorry, there were two words.
Word again, Rob.
Life.
Blessing.
Oh, Claudio. Gunandruco. So I just wanted to share with you that so today in the Maya calendar is Ik, which is the day of the earth. And I don't believe that there is like coincidences or, and but yeah, today is the day that a lot of people in Guatemala and different places where the Maya communities live celebrate and remember and acknowledge the force, the Nahual of the earth. So the word in Maya Quiche and some languages of the highland in Guatemala is Ik. So I would like to say Maltiosh how Ik.
Juan, is it possible for you to spell that and share that in the chat box for us to capture?
Sorry, today is actually a Wak Shakip Wak Shakip Ik. which is 8 week. Yeah, the Maya calendar, well, that's another story, but is followed by millions of people, and is an ancient tradition.
Thank you so much for that message of affirmation, Juan, and for being here, for being present all day, really. It's been really amazing just getting to see the weaving of cross cultures. And so definitely honor your message and what you've shared. And if there's anything that you'd like to share in follow-up, definitely be in touch with myself or one of the other organizers so that we can really share what today represents authentically from the Mayan calendar. So if you have any resources, that would be amazing. And so in our way of giving applause or just showing appreciation, we just want to wave you off and just give you so much gratitude for your work and for being here. And may we all lift up our collective intention and prayer for the air, the seen and the unseen. Thank you all. And the next session will be starting at 5 with introductions. And we're actually going to be moving into our last 2 panels. The next panel up is the decarceration as a normal panel at 5, which will be facilitated by Rob. And then at 7, we start the planetary healing for the soul panel, which is going to be facilitated by Alina. So stay tuned and make sure you save that link to the program and the schedule. And I know y'all all have it because everybody has been here that's in here. So I won't send that again, but we'll see you soon. Bye, y'all.